A car crashes, someone collapses, a bar fight breaks out, and almost instantly phones come out. I don't remember when that became our first instinct to film something when someone is in peril. It's it's weird because on daily basis we know that, like, accidents happen, unfortunately. uh Worst case scenario, someone dies during a car accident, or or maybe like they fall in water, the current takes them, and you die, right? And the thing that I really dislike is that whenever whenever people have the opportunity to save someone, they don't think about, hey, maybe we should all like help each other out, grab each other, and I'll like make a chain, and then someone can like leap in and grab them, like by the jacket and pull them out. Or like with a car crash, if someone like rushes there, like try to see like who's inside, try to like if it's a child, they first grab the child, then the father, the mother, or whatever, right? But no, like first thing that people do is record it and post it online, and I never really understood that culture where amateurs, or like I even know someone. Let me start there, okay? Let me start there. I know someone who is I call him like a disaster tourist. And the reason why I'm saying that is not because I hate him, but this is for him like some sort of passion, I guess. I'll give you guys a quick story here. I used to, before I had like uh, a contract, right? I was also doing like projects and stuff like at home, and occasionally I would help him because I had a lot more free time. So he would call me, be like, yeah, I got an issue with my computer. Can you look at it? Right, fine, okay. And I've been doing that for the last 10 years. I've been helping him. And he has a scanner, like this police scanner, where he can hear whenever something happens in the neighborhood, like a chase, like a police chase or a car accident, like he hears about it, right? So he has a scanner that he can like, like tap into that. And this one occasion I was there and had to fix his printer. And I was busy with that, and all of a sudden like his thing bleeped or something. And he was like overhearing it, and he heard that there was like an accident happening like 10 minutes away from us. It was, really close by. And the first thing that he did was he said like, I gotta go. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, are you gonna leave me alone in your house? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. I'm like, what's so important then? I thought, I don't know, like I didn't hear, I didn't hear the scanner or something. Then he told me, he said like, yeah, like an accident happened, I need to go. So I thought maybe someone important that he knew, was, I don't know, like, what was in that car crash, or was like a bystander, maybe got hit. I don't know. Like, I started to think like, okay, maybe he really has to go because he knows someone. And he said like, yeah, no, I'm going to go there. I'm like, okay. So I didn't really ask questions. Then he came back and he made like all these pictures. And he said like, do you want to see? I'm like, I don't know. I kind of find it weird, but I was like, uh, rather not. Like, I don't want to see victims. I don't want to see anything. But like, if you have like a picture of the car, I guess that's fine. So he showed me, and then I realized in that same moment when I saw it, I was like, this is not okay. Bro is like standing there making pictures, right? And you see, I also saw like an ambulance and stuff. And then later on, I heard that the person who was in the accident died. So I was like, Jesus, you know. And the car was like completely totaled. Like, it was barely a car. Like the wheels were off and everything. And this guy has like this sort of logbook or playbook or like a photo book or like whatever you want to call it. And he would print out these pictures and put them in the book. And he had like this massive like 5, 6, 700 pages, whatever, like a really thick book. Now, like, what a weird thing to do. What a weird thing to make pictures of people that might have died or are dying, or like maybe lost their leg, or their lives, and then you have him and multiple other people like standing with the fucking phones making pictures. I don't know, I just find it so gruesome, So my instinct is like, what if it was you laying there, and maybe if even someone was a hero, would like help you out, maybe that person would have still had their legs in that moment, maybe because nobody was helping out, their legs were crushed by, like the amount of force that was pushed on them, whatever, right? So many scenarios that you can come up with. And I find it so, disgusting in a way. And I'm not talking about news anchors or like cameramen. Like, they are there and they film it, and I get it because it's like national news or it's like local news. That's different because that's professional. But it's like the people on the side that really bothers me, they have nothing to do there. They don't need to pull out their phone, and then the worst thing, like this is the worst thing, like that guy that I'm talking about doesn't post it online. Like, he does post it on Facebook. He just prints it out. I think that's already hideous, but whatever. At least he doesn't post it online. But there are so many people that go online, they go on X or Facebook or I guess Instagram or like wherever they can post anything. And they only do it for clout. And I hate that so much. Like, it's so disrespectful. Also for the families involved. What if it's your brother, your mother, your aunt, your uncle, cousin, like anything that's related to you, even a best friend or a friend. And then, I mean, imagine if it's you, right? Imagine your best friend passed away during an accident, and then all of a sudden, you're confronted by that specific message, right? You're like, oh, like, I know that car, like it can't be my friend, like, because it could be somebody else's car that looks exactly like his. But then you find out, like, you try to call him, nobody picks up, and then you call his home. You're like, yeah, I tried to reach him, but he isn't picking up. And then they say, yeah, he was in a car crash. You're like, what? So then you go back and see people have filmed that shit. I mean, that's so devastating because it's your friend that died that day. And it's like shared all over the place, and people are getting clicks and likes and everything, and their followers are growing. They got like 100,000 views on YouTube and 10,000 views on TikTok, and it's such a weird thing that people do that. Like, I don't care if it has no age boundary, right? They can be 18 or they can be like 70, it doesn't matter. But like for me, it's like the fact that people do that, I find that just disrespectful because, like I said, nowadays people do anything for clout. If it's not stupid challenges, like the cinnamon challenge or something, people find other ways of trying to go viral in the most hideous way. Now with like a cool, unique video, or like with a YouTube video, like what I'm doing, like talking to you directly. But no, they come up with these weird ideas, become like this disaster tourist, and instead of helping someone, filming it. And I fully remember I saw this. There was a clip that was posted by a news website. This was a couple of years ago, and they mentioned this. They saw like a line of people. Literally a line of people only recording while that person was hanging on its dear life, saying, help me, please, someone help me. And nobody was responding. They were like zombies. They were like this. Right? And only this. And they were like talking to each other. They were like zooming in, and they were like looking. They were like, oh, and they were like zooming. I'm like, what? And I genuinely, I'm gonna be honest with you. I really thought that was like a Gen Z thing, or like a typical like minor, like minor thing, like below 25. But when I saw that, it was like the entire age standing there from like 70 to like 16 or something. I was like, what are we doing? When when did we become more obsessed with recording a disaster rather than helping? Like, why wasn't there like anyone and like the 15 people that stood there and be like, guys, if two or three of you come down, we can save them. You know, you'd be more like, I don't know if people know this, but you get more stuff done, and you'll be a local hero if you help that person out and pull them out of the water, pull them out of a car or whatever, right? And you save someone's life. You'd be in the newspaper. You'd be in the local news. You might even get an interview. I mean, it's not that like that's what you want. You don't need it, but like, you'd be seen as a local hero because you saved someone. Imagine like the feeling and the overall achievement, that you've done. You literally saved a life rather than standing there with your phone, be like, what is he like? I see him twitching. Wait, let me zoom in. Oh, bro, look at this video. You're sending it to family. Gonna post this online, bro. Then you see like comments and likes and shit and shares coming out. You're like, oh wow, like I'm popular now, man. People are gonna follow my channel, bro. I mean, when did that became more a priority than a life, right? And it reminds me of the movie Nightcrawler. With Jake Gyllenhaal. This guy's completely obsessed with it. And then with like filming people that were just in crashes. He even places bodies in a certain way in order to get like a better shot. What was it? Like there was like this one scene where someone was in a car crash, and I believe from what I remember, he opened the door and he replaced the person or something. Or I believe he said the guy was conscious and he said like play dead or something. And then he would call for help. So I guess the guy did that, and Jake filmed it, and then like he went to like the news, and then like he sold his stuff, right? Because he had like hands-on, camera work and stuff, like an amateur camera person. And that movie was like, Jesus, like that's so cruel, right? I mean, of course, I mean, I'm not like I know people are like maybe some people are like freelance camera, whatever. I get that, you got like professional stuff and you want to, I don't know if that works today. I'm not up to date. It was just a movie. It was like, I can see people do that. But if you actually have nothing to do there though, it hurts my heart, And I think Nightcrawler is the perfect example here. And I mean, movies exaggerate, but like, he was like this typical thing, this typical character that you would see aligned, like next to a crash and be like, oh, he's moving an arm. Like wait, let me call like a news anchor like CNN and be like, guys, I got like raw footage. You guys really need to upload this, but I do need to get a payment though. I mean, Jesus, I find it horrible. Now, I mean, you can do like a counter argument here where we could talk about I don't know, like a documentary or something, so they have like footage, but those footage already used in like like on news broadcasts and stuff. So I mean, that's kind of different, but sure. I mean, it can be very, if they leave it raw, right? Then it's kind of hard to see it, when you see blood and stuff. But like I said, my biggest issue is the human being standing on the side. And I don't know, man. I just, I'm just completely mind boggled by this, man. Like that has become like the more standard idea rather than helping someone, rather than thinking to yourself, I will drop my phone, save a life, you know? What if it's a family, you know? And let's say you save them all. Imagine the impact on the family. Like instead of like them losing all their lives, you save all those lives, right? Um, I just I don't know. I'm just kind of I just find it incredibly disrespectful if someone would prefer filming and posting it on social media rather than like hop in. It's like watching a movie, right? You've become an audience, and I think people just genuinely stop noticing it, or it has been so people are so accustomed to do, and it's the same thing here. People rather grab their phone than help them. But the funny thing is, if it's them having the accident and police is like 10-15 minutes away and they see people, they would scream, help, help, help. Now imagine them being like laying there on the ground and be like, I need help, and nobody's helping because people rather grab their phones. Right? That's when you have that realization. You're like, huh, I was one of those people. Now I am the one who has an accident. I'm not getting help. I think that's when the realization clicks. But then it's too late. Because then already something horrifying happened to you. You need help and nobody's coming because people rather see you, be in pain and like suffer rather than be like, guys, come on, let's help that person out. Like, now I know sometimes you can't help them, especially when they're like squeezed or like they're like barged in with like metal and stuff. But then you can still try to, I don't know, talk to them. You're gonna try to occupy their brain so they're not constantly focused on the pain until medics arrive. Like the ambulance and like the police or the fire department to like like cut them out. You can ease their pain a bit by trying to talk to them, depending on the situation, obviously. At least you're trying something. People don't try, people just look. And that's like my biggest issue that I have here.